I studied with John for many years as a child, and he...
The piano.
The piano, of course. And he instilled an absolute love of music in me, obviously, as he does with all his students, and really with Beethoven especially. So in college for the cello, I played my first Beethoven sonata, the F major, in first year in college, and I thought, I love this. I just instantly fell in love. And then John and myself played together in, I think, my debut recital in the National Concert Hall, and we played the A major together.
A few years ago.
That was a good few years ago.
Don't count.
But actually, at that time, it was already in my mind, I'd love to do this project with John. And he hadn't recorded them with anyone, and I saw an opening.
Yeah, and she asked me about 18 months ago, and I just was so busy because the Beethoven year, I had so many concerts that I just said, really, I don't think I can do it. Even though I had played them all, in fact, in America earlier this year. But I said, I don't think I have time to do it. And then COVID happened. And I got in touch with Ailbhe and said, do you still want to do this? And she said, yes. And I said, okay, let's.
And weren't we lucky?
Well, I think so. I mean, it's been a fantastic experience. I mean, just the rehearsals.
Great fun altogether.
Yes, indeed. And the family sitting at home listening to me, practicing on my own, and then suddenly you coming over and suddenly hearing how everything fits together. And she was thrilled.
Absolutely. It's nice when we actually hear them together after, 2 months of preparation on our own, it's just so lovely. Beethoven wrote 5 cello and piano sonatas, and they're really quite interesting because they span his whole life period. So he wrote 2 at the very beginning, 1 in the middle of his life, and 1 at the end, or 2 at the end. And it's just fascinating to see the way he actually changes his compositional style as you go through, how the first 2 are definitely piano concertos.
Absolutely, too many notes. And cello's doing nice sounds.
I mean, it's very important to create the nice sounds over your piano concertos.
Yeah, well, I'm working like crazy and you're producing beautiful sounds. Anyway.
We love it.
Yeah.
And then I think the A major for me is the one that's the perfect chamber music piece.
And it's such a balanced piece between both of us. I mean, it really is. And it's such fantastic music.
Oh, so exciting on so many levels.
And then the last 2 are later on in his life. The difficulty for the piano is that the last sonata has a fugue as a last movement, which is rather tongue twister or finger twisting or something like that.
Absolutely.
But it's a period of his life that he was fascinated by fugue. I mean, like the fugue in the Opus 101 sonata, and then these are the Opus 102 sonatas, and then the Hammer-Clavier is Opus 106, which is the old movement, and the Opus 110 piano sonatas, which has fugue at the last movement.
Sure.
So, I mean, the fugue is incredibly exciting, but incredibly difficult. So, I mean, pianists say, no, I don't really want to play that one. I don't like it so much.
Well, isn't it fabulous to have such a fantastic pianist that I can ask to play these pieces?
Flattery will get you everywhere. Lovely to, having recorded all the piano sonatas for CD, and now to have done the cello sonatas as well. I mean, it's a completely different experience because when you record on your own, there's just yourself, and you tend to practice on your own, and you travel on your own, and all the rest of it. So it's really very special to record the cello sonatas when there are 2 of you and you're constantly listening to one another and throwing ideas back and forth about we could do this or we could do that or we could do the other thing. And then it's very special to, I mean, What age were you when you started studying with me?
Very young, 8, I
Yes.
think, at least.
So we've known one another quite a few years.
A long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's very special to do it with somebody that we've had such a wonderful rapport for so
Absolutely.
many years. I mean, I think every piano teacher will say to you that you know, all the dedicated piano teachers is that your pupils become part of your family, really, and they become members of your family, and you go through the difficult times they go through and when they have to make decisions in their life and all the rest of it. So there's a special rapport playing with somebody who has been your piano student, and you watch them develop and make a career on the cello, and you're very proud of what's coming out, and it's a lot of satisfaction.
Well, it's a real privilege for me. It's just been such a special project, and
For me too.
I couldn't think of anyone I'd rather do it with.